Welcome to another edition of the Social Proof Podcast, man. We're here again. These guys are no strangers to the podcast. Actually, have a huge influence on me. So much so, I have you guys pictures on my wall.
Yeah, I'm behind the plant, man.
I know, I'm going to change it. If I was thinking, I would have put a little.
I'm like, damn.
I change them out often.
Shout out to SH.
But yeah, man, I think you all have done an incredible job of leading the culture. We got EYL here. Troy Rashad, what's up, fellas?
Appreciate you having us,
How you doing?
Man, I am incredible. So we got Investfest coming up. Okay, Troy, I'm gonna start with you.
Yeah.
Give me your thoughts right now, just like your feelings of what's happening with you right now.
I'm excited. I'm excited about the offering that we've been able to come up with in terms of the amount of people who will come in with knowledge, the amount of topics that we're going to be presenting to the people, the give back that's increased this year, the businesses that are going to be inside the vendor marketplace, our partners who are going to be having workshops on Friday. You know, this year is the first year that programming officially will be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, because it was kind of in between last year. I was like, is programming Friday?
Yeah, the overwhelming call for, you know, the pitch competition showed us that people are coming in droves because they want to get their lives together, they want to get their financial futures in order, and they want to network with people who are like-minded. And so I'm excited for that. I'm always excited for the people who've never seen this before. Yeah. Right? Like there's always this moment when it's like, this is your first Investfest? Oh, let me walk you through and show you what's happening. Because it can be overwhelming when you first see it. And then you get in, some of these veterans now have gotten into the groove of it and they come with intentionality. So I'm excited for it, man. Year 5.
Love it. Shad, man, what's going on in your head and your heart?
Yeah, you know, it's always an exciting time when you make the final run towards Investfest. So I feel like we have a great lineup this year. A lot of people say this is the best lineup that we've ever had. When you look at Jack Dorsey, Issa Rae, Magic Johnson, Charlamagne, I mean, you got Fawn Weaver, John Hope Bryant, yourself, Ian Dunlap.
I'm here.
We got so many different people. I could just go on for days, but it feels good. It feels good. You know, the momentum is feeling good. So now we just in the final stretch. So crossing the T's, dotting the I's. You know, just getting the word out there and making sure everybody has an enjoyable experience.
Is there ever any anxiety around this time? Like, and I don't know where the anxiety would come from. Like, I know as I do events, it's like, man, it might have a slow 2 weeks of ticket sales. And you're like, oh, is this over? Or like you have people that like committed, then they're like, I can't make it because of a situation. Or, and of course, this is the time where you all are going to do it again. And then the slander has to come. It's no way around that, bro. It's like, yo,
per usual.
Oh my gosh, the last couple weeks of like Podcast Summit, people left me alone all year, and here it comes because we, excellent. So, is there any anxiety around this?
Oh man, I don't know if it's anxiety. I think in those moments, it's time to tap into creativity. So we have multiple conversations. Abs is in every conversation with us. How can we top last year? What can we do to improve? What's the pain point that the community needs to hear from? Who are the people they need to hear the information from? So it gets like, all right, creative. Okay, well, we got to have a billionaire. That's been the standard.
For sure.
We can't disappoint on that front. So it's like, all right, well, let's look at the list of the people who we think we'll be able to, touch base with. And then it's like, hey, let's go out and network and see if we can get it done. And so we get that list of people. And then we start, all right, well, that didn't work. That didn't work. We didn't head back. All right, we got to put a deadline on this person. And, thankfully, we have an offering this year. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So that creative bone just starts to get tapped a little bit more.
Yeah. I know. Shy, I mean.
Anxiety?
Yeah, anxiety.
No, it's not really anxiety. I feel like, you always going to have a certain level of like, okay, what can we do different? This doesn't work. There's nothing is like bulletproof. Like, it's all trial and error, really.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of just getting through it, getting it done, making sure that, you don't really take anything for granted because nothing is ever the same.
Yeah.
No year is ever the same. Different things happen. You got to be prepared for everything, every possible thing that can go wrong. So that's more so just going over everything in your head and making sure that you can kind of put forth a offering that people really appreciate.
Yeah. The event the way y'all put it together is just masterful. And I want to know the process because, like you said, every year is different for the event, but every year is different in the landscape of the people. So, like, what are we taking into consideration this year to accommodate for the climate?
I think, well, AI.
Mm-hmm.
That's something, obviously, if you've watched us, we've been talking about AI for forever, but especially this year, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's serious as far as 300 million jobs they're saying over the next 10 years are going to be taken away from artificial intelligence. We already seen
300 what?
Million jobs globally.
Are going to be taken away?
Yeah, lost.
This year?
Over the next 10 years.
Next year, I'm like, God, that's a lot, bro.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's going to be
300 million jobs?
There's going to be opportunities created, but it's going to be a different world in 5 years. Next year, 10 years, it's going to be a complete different world. So that's a major point of emphasis this year.
What are people going to do? Like, what are these 300 million people going to do in your head?
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing that people are really trying to scratch their head around, right? Like, I mean, of course, there's going to be some new industries and some new jobs created. But then you got to look at things like universal income, right? Where it's like people potentially might just be starting getting paid. So you don't want to have to like a society because then the thing is like, okay, well, if people are not making money, then what are they going to do? Well, it's cheaper probably to pay people to stay home than to pay them to come to work if I can get the work done for relatively no cost at all.
But why would I pay somebody to stay home at all?
Well, because your society with no money is going to crumble, right? If people don't have money, how are they going to live, right? So you don't want a revolt to happen. The government, that's not beneficial for the government. So that's when you're talking about universal basic income. That's the idea of the universal basic income. It happens already, like in some places in Europe, they pay citizens.
I never even heard of that. Universal basic income. That's a thing.
Yeah. So yeah, it's paying citizens to do nothing.
Yeah.
Pacifying pretty much, right? But like I said, I mean, if you have a society where millions and millions and millions of people don't have a job, then you have to find a way to take care of those people. Because if not, then you're going to have tremendous amount of problems on your hands.
Yeah, you put that with other social programs like baby bonds, which, you know, the current administration is trying to have the president's name on, where a child is born and they put $1,000 into a fund that they can't access until they get 18, right? Compounded interest, that fund should turn into something that's going to be profitable, but it's money that they've gained over time, right? So if they're not working on the adult side, and the kids, if we're not sure what they're going to be doing, having that invested in mutual funds and index funds over the course of time, it guarantees them at 18 some type of income.
So it's like Dubai. Like if you go to Dubai, like the Emiratis, a lot of them, they either work in high government positions, the entrepreneurs, or they don't work because everything is provided for them. So as an Emirati, you don't really have to work. If you ever go to Dubai, you see people working. They're not from Dubai. They're not Emiratis. They're immigrants. Emirati. So the Dubai is part of the United Arab Emirates. So citizens of the United Arab Emirates are called Emiratis. So that's why when Drake said in Dubai, they treat me like an Emirati. That's what he's talking about. So Dave's crazy.
Shan's just learned something today.
Shan's crazy.
I promise you, I've never had this conversation ever. I never even heard of this stuff.
So as an Emirati, you get like, I think when you get married, you get like 10,000. They'll give you a housing budget. Like your life is pretty much set because it's not really that much of them. Like 90% of the population are immigrants. So when you go to the hotel, any place that you go to in Dubai, you'll see people from India. You'll see people from Pakistan. You'll see people from Africa. These are all people that came to Dubai to work. They're not local natives. So I say that to say there's parts of the world where there's already things that's provided for citizens just because they're citizens. They don't have to actually work for it. Free healthcare, that's something that's a lot of places in the world have free healthcare. Free education as far as like college, like all of these different things. That's when you got to, if we're not working, we got to provide you with some level of necessities that you need.
Yeah, we're coming to a crossroads very shortly in the next 5 to 10 years on those things, especially when you talk about affordability for college.
Here in America,
of course, right? Healthcare right now, you got United Healthcare has had a huge hit this year, but now the Department of Justice wants to call them in for illegal practices in healthcare, right? How much they charging people for sure. You can't even afford to get sick. That's not sustainable, right, over time. So you have to create programs that can combat that.
Is this similar to welfare?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So welfare is essentially designed for people to like live off the government.
Yeah, I mean, it's designed
government assistance
for a short. The original idea of it was the short term. It was a temporary solution, right? Then that kind of got prolonged. Now they're trying to get back to that, like 2 years, and that was the idea of welfare to kind of like bridge you over if you fall on hard times, whatever. That was like kind of the original premise of it, was to provide like the food stamps, different things, and that was never intended to last forever. It was like a temporary solution until you're actually able to figure things out. But yeah, safety net.
But Trump is not, isn't he trying to do away with some of that, all that
That's
stuff?
what I'm saying. Now he's trying to reel it in 2 years, even for like public housing. He's trying to have a limit on Section 8. Like, so yeah, a lot of that's he's trying to change.
Yeah. So he's not concerned about the revolt.
Well, we're not at that point yet.
Not yet.
But I'm saying putting things in place where, so when you say the government is going to pay people to not do anything, that doesn't seem like Trump's philosophy.
Well, that's one thing that they can do. I'm not saying that's what they are going to do for sure. Yeah. I mean, you talk to conspiracy theorists, they'll have a variety of different things. Some people say that they might want to have depopulation, right? And actually depopulate the earth as a solution. I'm not saying that, but that's a theory that you can find and be like, okay, well, instead of having to deal with 8 billion people, maybe we can cut this down to 1 billion. That's more manageable and that's more sustainable. And then we can have, 500 million robots. And now, we can figure this thing out. Or you're looking at colonization at Mars, right? And it's like, okay, now like that's the new frontier where it's like, okay, this is just running amok. It's not sustainable from a variety of different standpoints. You could look at it from a, biological standpoint when it comes to climate change. Also, you can look at it from a standpoint of what I just said, as far as like, okay, if we're going to really have a 20-year plan to have robots replace humans, what are humans going to do? Well, okay, let's have an elite society on Mars and let everybody else just figure it out and fight for it down here. That's what some people say. So it depends on how deep you want to go down this rabbit hole.
If you go to LA right now, if you go to West Hollywood, Elon Musk just opened an entire restaurant with robots. Literally. And you can't go through the drive-thru unless you have an EV. You can't even park in the parking lot. Like, you got to go somewhere else. You got to have an EV to be in the parking lot, and it's being brought to you by the Tesla robots that he's going to launch at some point this year, and I'm sure there'll be a bunch of deliveries that'll be coming from robo taxis that come from Tesla. So I mean, you just got to look at where this thing is headed. He's put it in the middle of West Hollywood, right? Like, it's permanent, right next to Beverly Hills, so it's available to be seen. But you got to think about those things, even like in terms of college, right? What is a 4-year degree worth now?
Nothing.
Right? If I can have a prompt engineer, right? We just saw Meta go on a spending spree. $100 million. They just signed Alexander Wang, who was the founder of Scale AI. They did a $14 billion investment in him and his company. He's 28 years old. See what I'm saying? $14 billion.
What is a 28-year-old?
He's prying guys away like, yo, I got 300 million, I got 200, strictly for AI development and software. So this is the world that we're in. Like, AI is going to be the prominent thing, and we got to figure out how we're going to innovate, how we're going to invest inside the space, how we're going to prompt it, how we're going to create large scale, or else we're going to be left out of it. So we don't have 4 years to waste in school in that sense.
I'm thinking, forgive my ignorance, I'm thinking Elon wants to go to another planet because we want to go to another planet and not live, but like, let's just see what's going on up there. Let's just be the first up there, exploration. But you're saying the way they think of it is, if we can figure out how to live there, we're going to leave Earth and all of us just be there.
What's the next frontier?
I never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
America just wanted to go to the moon first. They did the landing.
When's the last time they've been to the moon? 1973.
Really?
Did they ever go to the moon? It's a real question.
Or that's the other question. But think about that. With technology, with all the advancements, right? 1973 is the last time? That doesn't even seem real. But They said within the next 2 years they'll be back on the moon, right? Because they want to make sure that they have a landing station that they can do. Because the next goal is to go to Mars. By 2030, the goal is to get there.
If the moon has no gravity, how you plant a flag?
So you don't think they would?
I mean, it doesn't make
studio.
Think of the timing of it, though, right? How does that make sense?
So you don't think they went either?
Since 1973, bro.
No, I'm saying the moon landing itself. You're saying
if we went there before, why haven't we gone back?
So we they
didn't have special effects like that back then.
We were in the Cold War with the Soviets, and within 18 months we ended on the moon, and we're the first country to plant our flag. It could happen, but I mean the timeline is very suspicious.
You don't find that suspicious? That's interesting.
We're in 2025, bro. We haven't gone back?
Honestly, I thought, and I don't know if it's the moon or whatever, but I thought they had these explorations of like billionaires you could pay to go to
outer space, out of orbit, right? You talking like Blue Origin?
Yeah.
Yeah, they go up, they leave the Earth's orbit for 3 minutes and they come back down.
Well, I think that
the atmosphere, orbit, atmosphere.
How much is that?
I think that there actually has been
300,000.
I think there's been 4 moon landings, what they're saying. So I think we have been back to the moon on record, what they're saying 4 times.
Since the first one was 68, I'm saying in between that time. So like the 73, that's
but you're saying last time.
That's the last voyage.
Reporting.
Allegedly.
You think they went to the moon? You think it was fraud? Yeah, with them. I'm kind of with them too, because I don't have enough information. But
somebody Googling it right now. They're like, wait, hold on, that don't make no sense.
So we're thinking, well, Elon and whatever the whole SpaceX thing, they're thinking that Earth has the same. I mean, that Mars has the same sustainable life as the Earth.
No, but so I've done research on this. It's a very harsh terrain, and you would have to build like bubble cities, like a dome. You can't just live on the like you can't like just walk on the ground and just live. Like it gets too cold, it gets too hot. It's not equipped for that. But you can potentially, hypothetically, build a dome city.
Does that sound familiar to you?
Yeah.
We just watched a show like that, right?
For sure. Yeah, I watched a few episodes where it was like an underground city and I think they shut off the daytime.
Hello.
Does art imitate life or life imitate art?
There you go.
Art is a precursor of life, especially movies. Whatever you see in a movie is preparing you for what's going to happen in reality. That's why we're not actually surprised about artificial intelligence, because we've been prepped for it for the last 30 years. Think about it, like if we just woke up in 2025 and all of this stuff was happening, we'd be bugging out. But it's not that big of a deal because it's already been in movies since the 80s. That's why when we do see an alien, it's not going to be that big of a deal because we've been prepped since the 1950s.
Yeah, we grew up in the same era where you wouldn't get in a stranger's car.
Correct.
Your mom would never let you get in a stranger's car.
Never.
Your kids grew up in the era where they get in a stranger's car maybe 3 times a day if they take an Uber.
Bro, we're in an era
where soon, and then the next step is there won't be a stranger in the car anymore.
Right.
And we'll be fine with it.
It will be cool because we've been prepped through that time.
Right here in Atlanta, I just saw a Waymo on the street.
You saw one?
Yeah, nobody's driving it. Just somebody in the car.
Yeah. Whatever you can think of. Whatever you can think of has the ability to actually become reality. So that's the thing too when it comes to these movies, is that part of it is the preparation, but also part of it is that it's in the human mind. So if a human can think of it, then that has the ability to become reality. So nothing that you really see in a movie is too far out of the realm of possibility.
But I think, I think this year I'm going to be intentional about going to the workshops. Because I'm typically doing. Now, I still want to interview somebody if y'all got somebody for me Sunday, okay? I don't know, because y'all keep surprises coming, so.
It's still some.
Hey, hold me down, bro. Hold me down. Let me get one. What am I doing at Investfest? I'm doing something.
Yeah, hot seat.
I got a hot seat.
Live. Have you ever done hot seat live before?
Yeah.
Where at?
At it was an event in Houston. What was it? Nah, it wasn't one music fest. It was, what was the one that Steve Canal and them did in Texas, Dallas Land or something like that?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Togetherland.
Yeah.
I did it. Had a ball.
Okay. Fine.
Because I just know how to navigate in live situations.
Fine.
So I'll be like, vendor, how do I pick the people?
It's on you. You curate your set.
Dave is a man.
I think I'm gonna go around to the vendors and just start picking people.
Businesses.
Because I did it, yes. I did it in the vendors. It wasn't like official, but I was like vlogging and I just never put it out. I need to put it out. But like I go to the vendors and some of them, their pitch was just trash. And then I get to turn it on.
The pitch was trash.
What are you doing?
The pitch was trash, brought to you by Dave Shins.
So you can pick from over 300 400 people, businesses, and you can like talk to them and like, yo, hey, come do this live podcast with me.
It's up, bro. I'm actually excited.
Be gentle.
No, bro, I gotta be entertaining.
I'm joking.
Nah, this is really exciting, bro. Yeah. And again, I want to be more intentional about going to the sessions. This conversation that we're having right now, I've not had with anyone, because I believe, and me and a lot of other entrepreneurs, we're in our own business world, so we know about the things we know about, and we're building the stuff we're building. If you're in real estate, I know real estate, but when you start expanding your mind to like, I see you went to China, and it's a different conversation, and how you all really study what's happening historically in this country versus the other country, and like being able to see the future. I think really that's what Investfest is all about, because you all are getting the brightest minds in the world under one roof.
That's a fact, literally. And that's why we started the show Blackout too, because it's way more than just stocks and real estate and credit.
Just for fun.
Huh?
I thought that was just for fun. I thought that was just so you could talk about all the stuff you couldn't talk about on EYL.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why, but also just to expand the offering. Because like you said, I mean, we talk about history, we could talk about relationships, we can talk about conspiracy theories, like we can talk about politics.
Music.
A variety of different things that may not fit within Market Mondays or Earn Your Leisure. But yeah, I mean, Investfest, that's the beauty of it. Like you said, I mean, sometimes people say things and it's like, it sounds good when you say, okay, the brightest minds in the world. Like, that's that. But then it's like, okay, you actually get somebody like Jack Dorsey, who probably invested in Bitcoin when it was $100, right? Who found a company named Twitter, who is responsible for Cash App,
might have heard of it,
who owns Tidal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, it's not a regular person.
Yeah. He's not. But you gotta think about that. Think about the timing.
Like, we have the founder of Twitter.
Yeah.
What are we talking about, Dave?
Think about the timing of this, right?
What are we really talking about?
You're talking about a guy who was big on Bitcoin in 2012, right? To see Bitcoin at 123,000 today.
Crazy.
What you think he's thinking? Like, we get to ask that question.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I want to know.
Right? Like, who is it? We need, like, we get to ask those questions. Like, people say, I'm like, yo, what would you ask him? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna ask him that. I want to ask him that too, because this is the opportune time. Like, how many interviews have you seen with him? How many sit downs have you seen with him?
None.
Exactly.
Yo, here's what's crazy. I think most of us hear the name and it's like, oh, that's cool. But when we have this conversation, it's like, okay,
let's put it in perspective.
Am I really deciding not to go?
Right.
Let's put it in perspective. But that's just one. You interviewed. You interviewed. Says second year. You interviewed
Dan Cathy.
Dan Cathy.
The most classic moments in Investors history.
Chick-fil-A CEO, founder.
You remember that?
Worth five.
Yes. Come on. Thank you.
Remember what I brought him to you?
Yes, 100%.
I'm like, he's looking for you.
100%. And here's what was crazy. So when you hear the name Dan Cathy, our culture is like, one, who is that? And two, you're like, all right, they might think he just works Chick-fil-A or whatever.
Yeah.
But he comes in by himself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we might have 100,000 followers and we got this whole security team. Right? Dan walks around, bro, with like a little bag, old white man, chilling. And he's like shaking my hand. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? But then he gets on stage and we realize, in the words of Shad, he's not a regular person.
No.
We think about our family in terms of like, oh, my cousin and my aunt and the grandkids. He sees his whole family in like a tree. third, second, fourth generation, and he's tracking it in his head. I said, this is a different perspective.
I thought the bag had breakfast in the bag.
100%.
Didn't know he had props for the actual stage.
And went crazy.
And didn't understand that he was already shopping in the vendor marketplace. People had no idea that he was patroning with them.
Yo, they came across a person that's not a regular person. It didn't know. So I think people are looking at Investfest and seeing it might be a conference, because we go to conferences where it's like information being delivered. Mm-hmm. But this is a whole nother level of thinking. Just this conversation that you're having, like futuristic. I really got to like lift my head up and like see what's going on in the future, because we get so into our business that we don't really, you know what I mean? Like we don't really see another perspective like that.
Yeah, I think that's why Market Mondays is important, because literally every 100%. Week we get to tap in with what's happening.
There's a lot of things you can do with $500. I mean, you can have a night out with your significant other. You could buy some really expensive shoes. Well, really nice shoes are about double $500. You could buy a course where you can learn something for $500. But I have something better for you to do with the $500. I want to meet with you every single morning for the rest of your life. Well, maybe not the rest of your life, but every morning, Monday through Friday, for the rest of the year. I have information and game that have allowed me to build a successful business, a successful community, and a successful life all the way around. But I want to share that with you. But the only way we can accomplish this is not me selling you a course, not me giving you a one-on-one consultation, because even with that, you'll get the information, but you'll need more. I want to meet with you every single morning. Now, would I meet with someone every morning for $500 for a year? And the answer is yes. Actually, we've been doing this thing since 2017. We have what's called the Morning Meetup. Every single month, we have a theme, whether it's social media, whether it's motivation, whether it's strategy, whatever it is, we have a theme for the month, and every morning in that month, we have a conversation around that topic. And I am giving a wealth of knowledge, not only myself, but a lot of friends, a lot of people that you see on this podcast. They join every single week. So you need a community of people that you can grow with, and you need a coach. I'm your coach. The Morning Meetup is your community. Go to themorningmeetup.com. It's $499, and I will meet you every single morning for an entire year. Give it a shot.
With what's happening in terms of development, in terms of technology, because we need to know the future. Where are we going to move the money? What are what are the companies we're going to invest in? So every week it's a refresher.
Yeah.
News happens, we refresh it, right? This company's about to, we refresh it. This company's, there's this innovation there's technology that they're about to acquire this company, refresh, give it back to them.
Actually, I'm about to check that stock, see how we're doing.
No AMD? Yeah, you gotta talk about that.
Look at it live.
Hold on, I gotta look at it. Here's what's also interesting. So I was so excited. I think that was like my first options trade, right? Because I remember we were in the hotel room, the hotel, and you were sharing it with me.
On tour.
So I made the post. Yeah, I made the post. And I was just so excited. I got one little AMD play. And then shortly after.
DeepSeek.
No, the tariffs is what really killed AMD.
No. DeepSeek happened.
He got it after DeepSeek.
No, before, because it
was right before.
It was right before, because we on tour early January. DeepSeek happens on the 27th. It drops. And then April 7th, it was crawling back up. Then April 7th happens. And now it's at 160, what, 2? What we at, 163?
Hold on, I'm still learning how to read this thing, okay? But it's, so my option price is 51.19. Okay. I don't know how to read
What was the strike?
What's the percentage? What's the percentage that you up?
I am now up. Hold on. I am up. It's my 77%.
You're welcome.
Yo, it was so crazy too, because once it started to slide, I'm like, now I look dumb because I just blindly took a trade. But I don't care. I'm like, all right, let's just let it play out. And then every now and again, Sean hit me like, check your AMD. Check your AMD. This is the greatest comeback ever, bro.
No. It's not the greatest. It's a great comeback.
One of them.
We got some.
It's my greatest.
Yeah.
So, and that's, you went on tour with us in January. So that's 7 months.
Yeah.
77%, 7 months.
And I'm kind of mad. At first I was happy because I was mad. I was like, because I think I was going to go crazy with it. Like I was going to put a bunch of money. And Shy was like, just relax, calm down. Just, like just invest what you can or whatever. I'm like, all right, I'll slow down. But then when it dropped, I'm like, I'm glad I ain't go all in.
There's a bunch of emotions that happen there.
And now it's up. I'm like, thanks, Shy.
Two things are going to happen, right? You're going to say, damn, I wish I would have invested more. Or I'm glad I didn't invest more. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And so usually when you do something like that, I'm sure that calls out till next year. You have the time on your side. So
till June 18th.
Show another investment vehicle that's going to net you 77% in 7 months. And we're not done. You're not done.
And also, we was on stage, you was talking about buying Bitcoin at 85,000. Remember, you was like, you think that's a good price to buy Bitcoin?
Yes, bro. And I'm like, I felt like,
we were going back and forth, remember?
I got mine at 30 and I got mine at 40, 50. I'm like, we missed the boat. And then
now it's 120,000.
EYL strikes again.
That's a fact.
Where's it going?
Ultimately, by the year or just in 10 years? Ever?
What are your thoughts?
I want to ask Jack.
Ask Jack.
I mean, Bitcoin, it's going to
ask Jack.
It's going to continue to go up. It's going to go up forever. It's going to go up. I mean, when I say go up forever, as far as the trend line, of course it's going to go down, but the trend line is going up.
You want a number by the end of the year?
Yes.
150 is definitely realistic.
I was going to say
150.
I was going to say 145 to 150.
That's realistic. It can happen.
Okay, this is, oh my gosh, I can't wait for Investfest. Where do you pull that number from? And why are y'all on the same page of that? What do y'all see that I don't understand?
You want to start or you want me to start?
You can start.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've been studying that space for a long time. 2017, I think, is the first time he invested. Maybe early 2018 is the first time I invested. So we understand the ebbs and flows. We understand the 4-year cycle of Bitcoin. We understand how much it's circulated, how many halves, right? Those halving events, which we talk about to our audience a lot. And we're on that 3rd year of the cycle, which is usually the greatest appreciation year for it. Then you add into it the new administration that is pro-crypto, right? You got a crypto czar in the government right now, right? The Genius Act just passed, which is helping stable coins. So now you think about, all right, stability is going to be inside this. Why? Because you have large firms, right? You got the BlackRocks and Vanguards of the world, JP Morgans of the world investing inside this space. These are large whales that used to say that this thing is BS and it's fluff. No, they're putting their money inside of it. And so we're not seeing those ebbs and flows of like high spikes and high pullbacks, right? We're seeing slight pullbacks, right? It goes to 123, drops to 117. We're not seeing it go from 123, dropping to 75.
You don't think we'll have another one?
I don't think so. Just because of the amount of money that these whales, and when I say whales, I'm talking about large firms, institutional money, right? Like we're retail money, right? You and I, retail money. Big firms, $1 trillion asset managers, they're investing money inside the space. You got pro-crypto administration, you got large, all these things are happening at the same time, which is why you're seeing the appreciation go up, and I don't think it stops.
So there's 3 aspects of it. Like you said, he named 2 of them as far as the government acceptance that's happening globally. That was always a big thing. Governments have always fought against Bitcoin. Now you start to see government acceptance globally, and the United States, definitely that's major. Then you're also seeing mass adoption as far as like buy-in, where you're seeing banks, institution, hedge funds buying Bitcoin, right? So that stabilizes the price because it becomes less volatile as more and more large money comes in, not just from an individual standpoint as far as a whale. A whale used to be like a person. Now it's like institutions, and you have companies that's building their whole company philosophy around buying Bitcoin, like MicroStrategy, right? The last step of that is use case. That's what we're still trying to, that has not happened yet as far as mass adoption on the use case scenario.
Yeah.
I don't know if that will ever happen, because that was the original point of Bitcoin. Is cryptocurrency. It was supposed to be used as a currency. So if I want to buy that t-shirt from you, then I'm gonna send you $20 via Bitcoin, and you give me the t-shirt and that. But now it's become more of a store value, like gold. Nobody's buying for anything with gold. Like you're not going up to and you know, you just, if you have gold, you're just holding it, because the price of gold has always gone up throughout history. So that is still an undetermined thing, if that's ever going to actually happen, or if it's going to just transition to being 100% store value gold, never really used for peer-to-peer, because that's what it was supposed to be, right? Peer-to-peer transactions.
Yeah, I think, and I'm glad you said that, because people will get confused with cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. Not obviously similarities.
Bitcoin is a crypto.
It is a crypto. We don't even like to use the word currency, right? It's more of a stored value. So the use case hasn't been proven to be anything, but there are cryptocurrencies that have use cases, which is why XRP is important, right? We're seeing it just hit its all-time high. We saw Ethereum, which is important because that is what all cryptocurrencies, if they have use cases, they're being built on their blockchain. And so XRP, I know there's like a whole swarm of people who believe in that. That's transaction, that's financial transactions, right? Where we talked about that analogy of the fastest way to get money across the world would be to fly with the money across the world, right? Whereas if you're using the blockchain, using XRP, which has pretty much been adopted by a lot of financial institutions, that transaction can happen within seconds, if not minutes, right? That saves that 7 to 10 days that you had to wait, because business doesn't wait, right? Markets don't wait. Why should you have to wait for financial transactions to happen?
So there's two different.
I'm uploading Coinbase because you said XRP, and I've been hearing about it. I'm not like crypto enthusiast, but done some things. You think XRP will get to where Bitcoin is now?
No,
never.
No.
But there's two different.
It's not designed for that.
There's two different variables that work simultaneously. You have the blockchain and you have cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency cannot operate without a blockchain. Blockchain can operate without cryptocurrency. So the use case of actually paying, there's still not proven that that's going to be successful for any cryptocurrency, because no cryptocurrency is really being used as a payment. Every cryptocurrency is being used as store value for the most part. Nobody's really using Ethereum, XRP, Solana. Everybody's holding the coins and using it as an investment, or as mainly as an investment at some level of a store value. But blockchain technology, just what he described as far as transferring things, that's being used right now for medical records, a variety of different things to just make things more. So in the future, we can see. And that's where the stable coin comes into play. So the stable coin that's more suited for that, because the stable coin is something that doesn't fluctuate in value. So if I'm a
stable coin, just by definition.
So stable coin, dollar equals dollar, right? It can't be like the dollar equals 82 cents tomorrow. It can't equal $1.20. Dollar equals dollar. Stable.
It's pegged to the dollar. So that's why it's called tether. Like one of the main ones are called tether. It's pegged to the dollar. So that would make sense as far as used as an actual currency, paying for stuff or transferring money from one person to the next, because there's no benefit in holding a stable coin over the course of time, because it doesn't go up in value.
Right.
So the benefit is to actually use it as a payment or as a transaction. That makes sense. But these coins like XRP and Solana and Ethereum and Bitcoin, people have the anticipation that they're going to go up in value. So nobody wants to pay for a burger with this, because that happened before with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
The slice of pizza, the guy spent like 20 Bitcoins on a slice of pizza in 10 years ago.
Yeah, we saw NFL players take their salary in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Right, and then it was backlash because they did it because Bitcoin had dropped.
And now they're a genius.
And now you see Odell Beckham saying, "Look, how smart am I now?"
Yeah, right.
But even that, they said that's not actually even true,
because there's no way the NFL.
Because the NFL can't pay you in Bitcoin,
him, and then he had to convert it into Bitcoin.
So
they can't legally do that.
So what's the point? I don't understand. Well, I thought you said I want to be paid in Bitcoin. They agreed.
I think it was a marketing strategy, because at the time I think it was done through, was it Cash App, or it was done through
another company,
a platform.
Yeah.
So what could have happened, like I can give you $1 million, then you can just buy Bitcoin, but you could always do that. Yeah. The NFL never paid anybody in Bitcoin.
Yeah, because they can't.
I see. I see.
So when they say they taking their salary in Bitcoin, that the NFL is not paying them in Bitcoin. They can convert their money over to Bitcoin, but anybody can do it.
They'll do a marketing deal with a firm.
Got it. They could have just gave my salary, then I put it in Bitcoin.
Yeah, like here is $5 million for you to market this, and we'll create this campaign that when you get paid, we'll put your salary into this firm.
Gotcha.
And we'll invest in that. But even the stable coin thing, we just watched a stable coin be publicly traded, right? So a company like Circle, which just hit the stock market maybe 2 months ago, like that's the company that's saying like this is really tied to the dollar. So Tether is an idea, right? If you look at this, it's white papers, which is like kind of like the information on these coins. Technically, it's supposed to be tied to it, but there's theories that it's not. Whereas this is a publicly traded company that now is, right? That's a lot of SEC regulations that it had to pass to even be there. So like these things are happening, right? So that tells you about mass adoption is on the way.
So are y'all, like when y'all start putting together the schedule, are you putting it together in tracks? Like, okay, the people need, we need people to understand finances. We need people to like, one, start thinking bigger, and two, understand the landscape. Like
for Investfest?
Yeah,
it's two ways. It's topics and then there's people. So the top, okay, we know we got to have 3 artificial intelligence panels. Then we fill those panels in. Or we know we got to have a real estate. We know we got to have, so then we can fill those in. But and then another way to do it is that we want to have specific people, right? And we don't necessarily know where they're going to get filled in at, but we know, okay, this year we want to get Charlemagne, we want to get Issa, we want to get, whoever we want to get, and then we'll put them.
Yeah.
So those are the 2 ways.
Got it. So the headliner would be Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
Why?
Why is he the headliner?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
There's a bunch of reasons, but like just there's a bunch of people, right? Yeah. So obviously,
why does he stand? Why does he? Yeah, finish your question.
So last year we saw 50, and we're like, well, I think it was at a time where he's always in the media, but he was building something incredible. Built the thing in Louisiana. It was like, yo, 50 is a target, and y'all essentially. Seems like y'all have access to everybody in the world, but I just want to gear.
Well, and to be a headliner for Investfest, you got to check off a couple of boxes. You got to be extremely successful in business, obviously, right? But you also have to be well known.
Yeah.
But you also have to have a level of cultural relevance as well. So that doesn't fit every single person.
Yeah.
For instance, Dan Cathy, right? The reason why he's not a headliner is not because he's not rich and successful, but he does lack the cultural relevance. So we had to introduce him to our audience. They never heard of him before. We had to introduce him to our audience. So that'd be hard to have him as the headliner. Magic Johnson, I mean, he just became a billionaire on paper this year, Forbes. So he's having a great year, right? He's a billionaire. His track record in culture, I mean, you look at, he starts in 82 with the Lakers, Showtime, right? And has a run all the way through then. Yeah. Right? From everything, like Magic really did everything from Hall of Fame, Olympics, the sneakers, then becomes the advocate for HIV, right? That led a whole movement right there, right?
Yep.
Overcame that, then moves into the entrepreneurial. A lot of people would have just quit after that, right?
100%.
Especially back then.
Yep.
But he didn't let that stop him, went into the entrepreneurial space. Magic Johnson movie theaters, legendary. That was one of the first time movie theaters in the hood ever actually came. Him, legendary. Harlem, South Central, all over. Starbucks, the first person to actually ever franchise Starbucks. Starbucks not a franchise. So he was the first one that actually he had to go to Seattle, talk to the owner, and they gave him 140 stores. Because he told them this was a plan. I want to put it in urban neighborhoods. The Starbucks, people don't know that Starbucks, especially at that time, you can't just buy Starbucks franchises.
Is he why we love Starbucks as a culture?
Potentially.
Yeah, he played a major part for sure. Liquidates a lot of his portfolio, starts buying in sports franchises, owns parts of the Washington Commanders, owns parts of the Dodgers. So he just keeps flipping, and then now he's worth $1.4 billion.
Yeah. And look at that. It's crazy. And you think about his kids. Look at what they've done in entrepreneurial journeys. His daughter, I mean, I didn't even realize it was his daughter until I kept getting emails that there was orders coming from her store for sunglasses. I'm like, yo, my wife is just killing. I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, oh, that's Magic's daughter. His son is the president of his enterprise. I mean, he checks every single box, like you said, and of course, the billionaire status. The run continues.
Yeah, I think this conversation is important because I know Magic because I came up in that era. Like I've been able to see how you take sports, his name, and then the trials and tribulations with the HIV thing, and then like those movie theater. He's been making big move after big move my whole life.
Yeah,
but I don't know if people understand the level of people that are, like, we see the flyer and we see the name, but we don't understand it takes a special person to even think that you can walk into a Starbucks office and say, hey, here's my plan, and get it done.
Facts.
It's different.
Facts. That's a fact.
So we learned about Jack Dorsey today.
It's a fact.
We learned about Magic because some people
Sure.
just didn't know the stories.
That's a fact.
Who else we got?
Issa Rae.
Issa Rae started with a YouTube channel.
Built an empire.
Built the empire. Started independent, right? Obviously created one of the best shows that's ever been created in Insecure. Had success with that. Went into the movies ventures. She's in Barbie. You're talking about $1 billion franchise, right? Now she's in the spirits space as well. She's an entrepreneur. She just opened a restaurant on Slauson. Like, Issa is, I mean, she's the modern age, like, new mogul, bro. Like, this is somebody, again, just not a regular person, just somebody that has grit, and we've able to watch her story, right? So, like, this is the modern day one, right? Yeah. You might not have been alive for the Lake Show, but you were here for Insecure.
For sure.
And you've been here for all this. And so where she's headed, I mean, it's another billionaire conversation, man.
I mean, she represents what we relate to more, because it's like, that's what you, yourself, us, 100%. Like, she's, like you said, started with a YouTube channel, right? Like, she's us. Like, that's what we do, right? Start cell phone, putting out podcasts, YouTube, and now she's grown it to produce movies and have their own TV series and be a media mogul. But she didn't come up through the pathway of Hollywood.
Yeah.
She's literally like a content creator.
Yeah.
That became Hollywood. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. That's what we doing.
He says us.
Yeah. And then you got Charlamagne. He don't get enough credit either. Because Charlamagne, somebody, his story is interesting, you know, as far as coming from South Carolina, not a major media market, obviously, doing radio, working his way up the ranks, going to Whitney Williams, you know, having to kind of find his way in New York City, gets the opportunity with the Breakfast Club, becomes the biggest platform in the culture, flips that to his own podcast network, flips that to his own book imprint, flips that to his own content creation, you know, working with Kevin Hart, doing different. So he's been able to really, he's the most important voice in our culture. Like, you look at any president, whether it's Kamala Harris, whether it's like, when it's an important conversation and they want to reach Black community, they go to Charlamagne. Sometimes they don't even go to the Breakfast Club. Like, he's done interviews with people like by themselves. Like, even with Ye, he brought him to his ranch. Like, a lot of people go to the Breakfast Club, but a lot of times they'll have a conversation, like a sit down one-on-one with Charlamagne. Like, he's the most important voice. He has the most powerful voice in our culture.
And even if he's not doing an interview, his name's being brought up. Like, we've been in rooms, like high level rooms, like in DC, and his name's being brought up, either for what he said, or what he's thinking, or what he can do to help.
Yo, how do you become one of these people, bro? Seriously. I mean, because I think we all have talent, and maybe East is not more talented than the other person that started a YouTube channel, or maybe Magic didn't have more opportunities or resources than another good NBA player. You feel me? How do you become one of these people, bro? Because they're different.
Yeah. I mean, you got to follow the blueprint that other people have set for you, but you also got to be original. You also got to be creative. You also got to have tremendous amount of work ethic. You also got to have that drive. You also got to know how to cultivate relationships. You also got to know how to not take no for an answer. So it's not one particular thing. I think the skill set of somebody that's extremely successful is all those things put together. So that's, you know, something that I think really has to be studied, is like, you gotta go through every part of the process and really, really fully be committed to it. You can't be like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and then next week I'm gonna try to sell T-shirts, and then next week I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Like whatever you're doing, like it's can't just. Yeah. And a lot of people do that, you know that. Yeah.
So how are you all approaching this yourselves, being around these conversations, and how do we approach it? I think I'm changing internally and mentally to where I really want to create separation between just your content creator and somebody who builds something that someone else is going to buy for $100 million.
Yeah, I think it's not taking these moments for granted. I think that's something that we've been very fond of, is these moments and these opportunities and these people that we're meeting and we're coming across. When we're in their presence and they're speaking, we're soaking up as much as possible. Yeah, and we're making sure that we keep those relationships going, because you never know what could happen. We might have to rely on them for something, and they may need to rely on us. There's a value exchange that happens, but they just don't happen every day. So when we get an opportunity to be in front of Robert Smith, we're taking advantage of that opportunity, right? Yeah. We're getting information and we're giving it back to the people. And if you do that, right, you add value and you just keep going. I don't know if you said the word consistency, but being consistent, like they see that. Yeah. Right. I think that's one of those traits, in addition to what Shadi said, that you have to have. It's a conversation we had 5 years ago, and look at what we had. You know what I mean? Yeah. That consistency, taking advantage of the moment, adding value on a daily basis when no one's watching, because they're always watching. Yeah. That's how you do it, man. That's how you do it. That's slow grind.
I just recently had a conversation with Dr. Benjamin Hardy, and through that conversation, I realized that I've not built anything that someone else would want to buy, because everything that I built is closely attached to me, my talent, my ability, whatever, right? So now I'm in this path of, trying to build something that doesn't have anything to do with my brand, that just solves a major problem. And I'll talk to y'all about it too. Y'all might be my first investors. But do you all see yourselves as building something that could exit, or how are we approaching it?
Yeah, for sure. You got to build something that you can exit, or you got to have an exit plan for yourself, if anything else too. So, we always looking to do different things. Like, we've done a variety of different things. And I think that, the good thing about, one of the keys to success is that you got to be able to see over the horizon. Mm-hmm. You got to see what's next while you're in it. And I think that we've been able to do that pretty good. Like, we did the podcast. Okay, what's next? Then the network comes, Market Mondays and everything else. Okay, what's next? Then we do the live events. Okay, what's next? Then we do Investfest. And what's next? Then we do curriculum. What's next? Then we do book things. So it's like, man, we got some stuff. The next thing, we're already working on the next thing. Yeah. So you got to be able to always.
Yeah.
Say it, Shadi.
Tell me about it.
I mean,
can you talk about it?
I would tell you about it. We already showing you, but a lot of time people gonna copy what we do. So, but the thing about copying is that you're always one step behind. But if you pay close attention, it's right in front of your face. But so you can see the move. If you actually, if you are astute,
is it Africa play?
If you paying attention, you will pay attention. Like, what I'm saying?
Just pay attention.
If you pay attention, you gotta pay attention.
That's not a bad thing, right? Like that's one perspective.
What's not a bad thing?
Of the copying part, they always gonna be one step behind.
It's a bad thing when you don't give proper
that part
respect.
Yeah, finish that sentence. Yeah, you gotta finish the sentence.
I mean, respect due. Yeah. You know what I mean?
What I was
who pioneered this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's not act like, we're not going to continue to act like, oh, I'm looking for a guy that's 6'2", that has glasses, that wears a hat, that can do unscripted show. If I could only find him.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Anybody seen something like that?
We can only rewrite history for so long, Dave. Just give the creators their respect. That's all.
Yeah, that part. That's the complete thought. I was gonna say if they follow the steps, right? Because those are those blueprints, right? Mm-hmm. Then that's uplifting to community, right? Because if we giving information and it's great information and you're executing the information, you should do the same. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You should go do the same, because that's what builds community from that sense. Now, when the other part is what he's saying.
But it's never going to be the same, though. I'm not a fan of copying people. I'm a creative though.
Yeah.
It's different. I'm not a business person. I'm a creative. So I don't take pride in, you can be inspired by somebody, but you copy somebody, to me, that loses the value of what you're creating. It's like a painter. Like, if you're a painter, you take pride in your work. You're not going to do the same exact painting that you just saw somebody else does. That doesn't make you a great painter. That makes you a copycat. So theoretically, yes, I know they say like copycat is right, copy the right cat. That's a business mindset. But I'm not a business person. I'm a creative that loves business. I don't believe in copying. It goes against my moral compass.
Yeah. So I'm saying from the business land, right?
Yeah,
it's like the hamburger, right? If McDonald's makes a hamburger, Wendy's made a hamburger.
Yeah.
Burger King made a hamburger.
Yeah.
Shake Shack made a hamburger. They're all different, but it's the same, right? They didn't reinvent the wheel. They just added their own flavor to it. And that's what I'm saying, right? If you're going to do something, create a show. Add your own flavor to it.
Yeah,
you know
for sure. 100%. No, that's why when we're having a conversation around this, you all are forever in my story about podcasting.
Appreciate that.
Like every story, because it's a part of the journey. I was like, well, I think I started doing the show first, but you all were consistent first. And that conversation, you're like, yo, you're just not consistent. I said, oh, that was the genesis. That was the start. I said, these guys are doing something incredible and I need to learn. And I think some people get kind of full of themselves because they feel like they built themselves. I haven't built anything myself. There's always somebody have been along the way. Like going to y'all, I didn't even really get invited to many interviews like that. So when I went, it was your house, sitting at the table, I'm like, yo, these guys getting to it. And this is such an inspiration to me. So now that I'm waving my flag of like, yo, I believe everyone needs to start a podcast.
Somebody will tell you they built themselves when they copied everything that you did. Yeah. Like, I'll watch what you're doing and I'll say, okay, you're joining social proof. I'm going to do political proof. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just, and then it's like, I'm going to do the whole thing. And then I'm like, yeah, I built I'm self-made. You know what I'm saying? Like, that says a lot about the times that way.
It's a spinoff.
Yo, speaking of the times, man, how can we describe this social climate, man? Timeline in my head, there's an entrepreneurial space, content creators, pandemic hits, there's a lot of money going on, and then it feels a lot different. Just from creators, there's, I don't know, it's a lot of beef, there's a lot of, I can't really put my finger on this dynamic between entrepreneurs, content creators, and how we're treating each other as content creators. So if you could just describe the social landscape of how you would describe these times.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, this would happen. It works in the same way as like a market would, right? You have a bull market, you have a bear market. When things go down, everybody's happy when everybody's making money. Mm-hmm. It's good times, right? So like the pandemic was a bull market. But I told you, like even during the Clubhouse era, when people would go on and they would like show that how much money they was making, I'm like, this is stupid, and it's not sustainable, right? And it's not, and it wasn't. Yeah. And 90% of the people pivoted and they're not doing things now, right?
I remember that
because it wasn't rooted. We had that conversation also. It wasn't rooted in anything. You can make money in the short term, but it's not, you don't really love it. You don't have a passion. You're not really creating a community, everybody says community, but very few people have a real community. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? You're not really doing that. So of course, when things pull back, the economy starts to change. People might have less money, or they're getting used to the content. It's not as new as it once was. So, now they're getting more familiar with it. So they don't appreciate it the same way. Who's going to stand the test of time then? Yeah, that's the real thing. So I think we're seeing that. I think, we're seeing a lot of people that just kind of couldn't make it for a variety of different reasons. And with any level of success, you're going to have animosity, and that comes internally, that comes externally. Mm-hmm. So, you might have, people that's in the space looking at it like, well, why is Dave Shands somebody that can have a podcast summit? Who makes him the authority of podcasts, right? Like, who makes him that authority? I'm like, let me poke holes in what he has going on, just because I'm not in a position to actually put together the summit. No, I'm just saying, just theoretically, like that's something that somebody could potentially say, right? Yeah. Or they could potentially look at it from, like you said, Dave Shands before this. Did you go to college?
For a little bit, 2 years.
All right, so Dave Shands, he doesn't have a master's degree. He didn't go to Ivy League school. He came up, he was selling T-shirts, and now he's telling people about business, and he's like an authority in the space. Well, how is he qualified to do that? I went to Wharton School of Business. I'm an Ivy League graduate. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I worked on Wall Street.
I'm a journalist.
This is disrespectful to have somebody come with jeans and a fitted hat and talk about like he knows finance. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, like that, I'm not going for that. So now it's a variety of different people that feel it's rooted in insecurity, right? But now it's coming out as, okay, if I can't build something, the next thing I can do is destroy it. Or at least attempt to.
Do you think people, they obviously don't say that to themselves? Let me destroy what the person's built. Or do you think it's a conscious, my goal is to tear them down for no other reason than...
You make up excuses. Like you can rationalize anything in your head. Yeah. You might not, no hater knows he's a hater. Very few people are going to accept that they're a hater. It's a rational thought process. No, I'm not doing this because I hate him. I'm doing this because he's not qualified. I'm doing this because I'm the right person to teach this.
I'm trying to help people.
Yeah, but keep in mind, a lot of those, and we know like all like the real important successful Black people, we know them. But a lot of these guys, they might have went to an Ivy League school. They might have done that. But what have they done? As far as when I say what have they done, they've done things in their professional career for 30 years. Not one person knows them. So how helpful are you really, right? Like you've been able to make some money. You live in a house, you have a car, but you've isolated yourself and you've done that for forever, where there's an upper class that look down on the average Black person. 90% of the people, you never went to a community center. You never gave any talk at your church, none of that. You just looked at these people like they're underneath you. And if you can work with a white person, then that was your level of success. So now you're seeing that somebody on social media or somebody online, yeah, they might not be as polished as you, but they're reaching an audience that you never even cared about. So that says more about you than them.
Wow. That's real. How do you take this though? You kind of
Me?
You're less vocal.
And clip that up. I want that clip too. Please,
I know exactly who he's speaking to because we encounter both sides. Like I said, we have a unique duality where we can be in the boardroom or we can be on the block.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we can relate to all those people. So I understand exactly what he's talking about. Me, man, I understand what the mission is. And so I've been just like reading lately, I've just been like, yo, purpose moves with purpose. It remains humble, it remains quiet in it. I understand it.
Armani, hold on, can you get the door?
Like I'm not tempted by distraction. I'm not tempted by criticism. None of it phases me really, because I know it's just gonna get me off the task.
Yeah.
And the task is to build our brand and deliver to the people who need us the most. Yeah. White, Black, whoever it is, whoever needs us the most, we're gonna be here to deliver. And so that's always mine. Like you'll never hear a response from me. It's not gonna happen. But if you saw me in person, we're gonna have a conversation.
Yeah.
But then the social media setting, you're not gonna hear a response because I know like that's a distraction.
Yeah.
I'm focused on this. So like when we talk about the next thing, like you have the creative idea. I'm like, all right, let's execute it. How we do it? What do we need to do? Let's get to it,
man. Yo, walk me through Investfest this year, man. What are we doing? I know Friday, Saturday, Sunday is the event. Can we just walk through the agenda?
Breaking news alert, Thursday. Total.
What's happening Thursday?
Thursday, we got the 85 South Comedy Show. First time we doing that, so we're making it a whole week.
What?
We saved that for you, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, hold on. Because now I got to like adjust my schedule. Let me just make sure I block it off. Like, so Thursday, 85 South Comedy Show. Where's it going to be at?
Center Stage.
When y'all releasing tickets?
By the time this is out, this tickets will be released.
Oh, it's live.
or
Uh-huh.
August.
It's live
It is
right
live
now.
right
Oh, it's
now,
live
so
right
you
now?
guys can check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, Monday, yo.
So Monday for those that are listening right now.
But you don't drop. You drop this as an episode, though, right?
Yeah, I'll drop it as an episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this goes on. This is Instagram right now, but then it goes off of Instagram.
Correct. Yeah. Then we'll do YouTube. We'll probably drop it in a few days because we got a venue to pack out. So it's the 21st to the 24th, so it's going to start on the 21st, which is the 85 South Comedy Show. What time is it?
We're gonna put all the details up. Yeah, we're gonna put the
Okay.
details up. Yep. We ain't even. That's what I'm saying. This is for you, bro. We saved that for you.
In there, bro. Okay. So that evening, that's the first event on the agenda.
Thursday. All right. So
evening.
Thursday registration starts on Thursday also.
Okay.
So you can actually go get your lanyard, get your badge, get your passes that you'll need for the weekend. You can go Thursday at GWCC.
Okay.
Then the 85 South show. Then on Friday, all day Friday is registration for people that can't make it on Thursday.
Okay.
And then also all day Friday is vendor marketplace is open.
Starting what time are the workshops?
10 o'clock, I believe, the first one starts.
Workshop starts at 10 o'clock
10 to
in
6.
Vendor Marketplace. 10 to 6.
10 to 6. Workshops, we have stuff happening inside the vendor marketplace on the podcast stage. We have stuff happening in, there's another like room, bigger room, but not the main 2 rooms.
Yeah.
Where we're going to have all day workshops happening. Stuff like Fidelity, BlackRock.
There's like some lecture halls.
Yeah, real estate, all types of stuff like that. That's all day. Full education. No entertainers, because you know how that go. So
Okay, why did you just say what you just said?
no, because there's always going to be some level of criticism. So you got to address every level of criticism. So it's like, okay, if we bring 80 speakers, they're like, okay, well, it's only celebrities. They're not offering no real value. All right. So now we gave y'all a whole day.
Yeah.
So if you don't go, that's on you.
Yeah.
Right? But all day education, like I said, this is from Fortune 100 companies, Fortune 50 companies, providing workshops on entrepreneurship, on investing, QQQ Investco, all day Friday.
Ridiculous.
VIP night, Friday night. We got a dope lineup. We got Pinky Cole. We got Derek Hayes. We got Terrence J. We got Kenny Burns. We have Kev on stage.
Shout out to Kev.
Shouts out to Kev.
Ian Dunlap.
Yep.
Pretty V, myself. We have, for the first time ever, the 85 South thing. So we're going to do a stand-up at VIP night. Carlos from 85 South. We're going to do a stand-up performance.
Love it.
We got Keisha Cole performing.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, stack the deck.
We only had Friday night.
Yeah, and then Saturday, all day Saturday from 8 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Stage A, what is stage A called again? EYL stage, EYLU stage. There's 2 stages. They're right next to each other. Vendor marketplace, food trucks, food area, all day Saturday, all day Sunday. We got the pitch competition. We got Magic Johnson. We got Market Mondays live. We got
Deal room.
so much stuff happening. Yeah, the deal room, platinum VIP, that's sold out. But we need you. We need you in there too. We need you. Oh, you Saturday, you can't come. But
Hold on, you said Neo Room?
the deal room.
Deal room.
Yeah, deal.
So this is the first time, because it's a lot of great people that come to Investfest, right?
Yeah.
So we're curating like the deal room where we're gonna have 6 different opportunities, like startup companies. These are like fully vetted, high level real estate projects for platinum VIP, but then also like for like people that want to start investing.
Yeah.
Because we're getting a lot of opportunities. So we're gonna bring like 100 people together in a room. This guy just started a biotech company. He gonna tell you about the company. This is a real estate project that we got going on in Africa. If y'all want to buy in, like, you know what I mean.
How do you get to be in that room?
So the platinum VIP ticket holder, everybody that's a platinum VIP ticket holder gets access. But other than that, then it's curated.
Yeah.
So like if you were available, let's say I'll be like, yo, Dave, like I need you in here, or like Country Wayne or somebody that, a lot of people just come to Investfest.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, T.I., like we need you here. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's hard.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of deals that go around. Like we was at dinner last night. Shout out to Tabiti, just talking about deals that come across the table. I'm like, perfect. We should bring one of those businesses to the room because people don't have access to it. How would you know?
He was telling us about a company that he put his friends on 3 years ago. And
I can tell you. You want me to tell him the company?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so he was Poppy. You know Poppy Soda?
Oh yeah. It's like a
probiotic soda.
Yeah, probiotic. Yeah.
So he had an opportunity to invest IPO, pre-IPO, right? Seed round. And he was just like, yo, they're just looking for 250,000. If you can get a couple of guys together to get that, great. At the time, he had just had his wedding. You know how that goes. You get married. It's like, yo, kind of passes you. 2 years ago, right? He got married in June 23. We were all at his wedding. Earlier this year, Poppy got bought up by Pepsi for over, I think, $4 billion.
So what happened was, it was a group of people that put $50,000 a piece in, right? So 5 people put $50,000 a piece in.
Was y'all in that?
Nah, he ain't tell us about it.
We was at the wedding. He ain't tell us.
We would have put money in though.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
It was 5 people put $50,000 in. It sold this year. What did that 50,000 turn into? No, I'm asking you. What do you think it turned into?
So they just sold for $4 billion.
That's the number app? Is it 4 or is it? I think it's 4. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So 50. I mean, it's an incredible return.
Yeah.
Is it?
I know the number.
Did the 50 turn into $1 million each?
Yeah, it was 1.1.
1.25.
And the only reason I could kind of be on target because there was this this slideshow that I put up on my Instagram of people who invested small amounts of money that turned into incredible.
I think I saw that.
That's it though.
So yeah,
that's a deal that he had access to, right? Had he known 5 guys, we got to talk to him about that, right? Including himself, we could have just did that.
Are these the kind of conversations that y'all have? Like people reach out to you on these?
Yeah, we've invested in a lot of companies.
Yeah.
We haven't hit yet as far as like, the thing with venture capital is that you never know. Like a company could take 10 years, a company could take 8 years, a company could never actually even reach its potential. So it's like baseball. You swing at a lot of pitches and hopefully you get 1 home run, right? But if you get the 1 home run, then 9 pitches that you swung out, it makes up for.
Doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
So that's like the Nas when you see him, with Uber, I think it was Uber, Ring,
Yep, Ring,
Pill Pack, all those companies. Like he probably invested in 100 companies, but those are the companies that made up.
You're talking about larger investments, right?
Yeah.
At that level.
How many investments do you think you all are involved in that format?
Like 13. Yeah, we track it. We actually have a good friend of ours who tracks it. 16?
16.
Yeah. Whoa. So hopefully one of them is.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Ballpark figure. How much you think you put into these 16 companies?
You got the number right there.
Okay, you know, tell me. I'm not gonna say it to them though. Around about, just kind of mound it a little bit.
The average that we invest into them, you're asking?
Just total.
So Tabiti asks his friends to invest $50,000 into a company, right? So we usually would invest that amount or lower. So it's not a tremendous. I mean, tremendous is relative.
Between, okay.
So it'll be, let's say anywhere from 20 to 50,000 is usually the ballpark and what we're investing in.
And how do we decide which ones we invest in? Is it based on who's bringing it to us, or do y'all spend as much time on that research as you do like in the stocks? And
it's research. A lot of times it's brought to us. We get to speak to the founders. The founders usually will send a deck over to us. We go over it, read through it, get on another call with the founder, any questions about the company, and then we start talking about what's the allocation that's set aside for investors like us. Usually with LPs, which is limited partners. And so after that, we'll have a conversation like, what you think, here's the pros, here's the cons. Do we believe in it? Usually we like tech companies. Obviously those have the best growth. So we'll just have a conversation like, I like this one. I think we should get into this round, and we'll do it. So,
okay, here's a cheat code. So there's a company called A16Z. You know what that company is?
I've seen that. That's the incubator though. They do the incubator?
That's Y Combinator. You're talking
about. I think it's another one. But I saw A16Z.
Okay.
Maybe
A16Z, Andreessen Horowitz.
Let me see. Okay, go for it.
So Andreessen Horowitz, those are the guys that own the company. Mark Andreessen and Ben Horowitz. So they're both billionaires. A16Z is one of the top venture capital firms in the world, right? They're like number 3 or number 2 in the world.
Yep.
So they have a fund called CLF, which is Cultural Leadership Fund. The Cultural Leadership Fund is designed for like really the culture, Black creatives, as far as like, people in sports, entertainment, and then like some entrepreneurs, people like that. So you know Chris Lyons?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he's the one that actually founded the Cultural Leadership Fund.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and
wow.
And so he went on, he left, he runs the crypto department now at A16Z. But so the head of the Cultural Leadership Fund now is a woman named Megan. Mm-hmm. She's actually from Mississippi. This goes a little back to relationships.
No, Alabama. Do it like that.
This goes.
She gonna be mad.
So this goes back to relationships, right? So we're part of the Cultural Leadership Fund, right?
You say you're part of it. What do you mean?
We're
like
investors in it.
Yeah,
we're investors in it. So
hold on, really quick, because there's a side note to it. They had 3 funds, right? So they had Fund 1, right, and that closed at a certain amount. Then they had Fund 2, so we're part of Fund 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So in that fund, like let's say you invest $100,000 in a Cultural Leadership Fund, right? And then that's like a mutual fund. Like all of the companies that they're invested in, they put it all together in one fund. Mm-hmm. So it's not like you're invested in one particular company. But then what they do is that they'll bring side deals to us. So they'll say, okay, now you've invested in a fund, but you can invest in individual company as well. And then they'll introduce us to a lot of the entrepreneurs. Then the entrepreneurs will give us the rundown. Benefit with that is that we're not necessarily like finding the deals.
Yeah.
It's already been found.
And vetted too?
Exactly. It's already vetted because they're the number 2 venture capital fund in the world. So they've already put their own money into it. So obviously nothing is a 100% guarantee, but it's already gone through a tremendous filtering process before it actually even gets to us.
Right.
So that makes it a lot easier as far as from a confidence standpoint too, because it's like if it passed their check, they're putting money into it. Now they're bringing it to us. And some of those companies are the companies that we're actually going to bring to the deal room.
Wow. Give me one of the companies that you're most excited about, or not most excited about because you're investing 16 of. Give me one example of a company that you're like, we got excited about this one. We put some bread in and we're looking forward to happen.
I mean, we're excited about them all, to be honest
of course.
with you.
But
I think the last one we
now.
did just made a lot of sense. It's a company that does electric e-bikes.
Electric what?
E-bikes. Right, like motorcycles. And that target market wasn't particularly the United States. It's overseas, right? And we travel overseas all the time. And so we understand the logistics and how hard it is to travel with large size cars. But a lot of people travel on bikes. And so we saw that. And I'm like, wait, this is an opportunity here when we're talking about environmental, when we're talking about the cause, when we're talking about sustainability. Like, this is an opportunity to be in a company that sees the future the way we see it. Even when we were in Ghana, we met another EV company that was doing bikes. And I'm like, all right, we're on the right path, because not only are people traveling, but messengers are traveling, deliveries will be, everybody's using this type of vehicles, because every country's infrastructure is different. You might not have the paved road that you grow up thinking of, right? And a lot of the lanes are small, right? If you go to Europe, streets are not that wide as they are here. And so a lot of people use bikes, and I'm like, oh, there's an opportunity. Then you go to like Asia, right? And you think about how people are traveling there, right? A lot of bikes, right? The traffic flow is a lot different than it is here. And so they saw the future the kind of way we saw the future in terms of technology, in terms of innovation, in terms of sustainability. And it was like, all right, we're excited about this one. We should get in.
Got it. Give me one that you could think of off the top of your head that is pretty cool.
We were talking about one that was therapy in form of artificial intelligence. So like you go to a therapist now, and mental health is a big thing, right? But now, like, people are already doing with ChatGPT, but it's technology that's actually designed to be a therapist, artificial intelligence. So like, think about how that would
listen to you, processes what's happening,
gives you real-time feedback. And a friend of mine actually did that without even knowing it, because like he had a situation, right? And then what he did was he put the text message log in ChatGPT to get a response from ChatGPT to be like, did I overreact? Was this the, and ChatGPT gave the feedback on it. So imagine if you have like a real-time companion that's like a 24-hour therapist, right? Like that you could tap into from a relationship standpoint, from a work standpoint, from I just need to relieve stress standpoint. And if you look at it from since the pandemic, you know, every aspect of mental health has gone through the roof. And even now with social media, there's so much pressure. So that's good for like kids. That's good for adults. That's good for senior managers in a company, CEOs. Like, I mean, like if you could really have, everybody's talking about everybody's going to have a personal agent. But imagine if you have everybody has a personal therapist.
Yeah. You see why that's exciting?
That's fire, bro.
Yeah. What do you think like the number one barrier for people not to go to therapy?
Embarrassment, judgment, money.
You got to go find a person, and it's a whole hassle. Yeah. But if you got the comfort of
all that,
if you got it right here next to you,
and affordability, right?
Y'all see Suits?
I don't watch this show. I know the show.
It was crazy. The guy was building the Donna. Like Donna's a really witty character. She always knows the right answer. Yeah. And the guy was building this. I mean, Suits was shot years ago, so he was working on this thing where this thing would take on the personality, would take on the wittiness, taking on like the logical thinking. And like you said, bro, it's always in the movies first. And you see this stuff, which gives you, man,
Her. The movie Her.
So I know you can't make it on Saturday, but maybe if you want to send a representative for the deal room.
For sure.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's up to you.
Let me ask you, does EY take part in all of the deals? Like, is there a...
What do you mean?
Like, let's say a deal get done. Say I want to put in some bread. Are these companies that you are already invested in?
Some we are, some we aren't. Some of the new companies that we haven't even heard their pitch yet.
Yeah.
So we might want to get invested in that right on the spot too.
That's why it's dope. That's collaboration right there. They'll send it to us. We look at the deck and say, who do you think would be your best fit? These companies would be your best fit. All right, send them.
I think people are looking at Investfest wrong, bro.
You think?
Well, yes, because I just realized I was looking at it wrong. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's a gathering of people who want more, and you will come and learn, and you're learning from the best of the best, and it's culture. But I think this is kind of like the state of the union for what will happen next in every industry. Fact. You know what I mean? It's a precursor.
It's a precursor of what's to happen.
For sure. This is the thing that carries me to the next year, because like if we're sitting around talking, we're going to talk about what's happening right now. What do we think we're going to do tomorrow? Next month, this is our plan. But when you get the brightest, the people who are shaping the world, and you get to hear them have a conversation and talk about it, you really get information from a different person. BlackRock coming to have a conversation about anything.
The number one asset manager in the world.
That's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So the Jack Dorseys of the world, or I'm sure Magic is working on something, and through the interview, I'm sure you all pull it out. Like, pause. You're drawing the information for next year. So I was looking at it wrong.
Well, that's how, I mean, even like that billionaire mindset, it's not about next year. It's about the next 5, 10, 20 years.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Even like in the vendor marketplace, I think they were looking, there's an opportunity, it's going to be a whole bunch of people, we'll make some money. Versus, I need someone to come and make the sales, but I need to be in them workshops. Every vendor needs to get an extra ticket. I don't know how many tickets come with it.
Each vendor gets what, 4 tickets?
4?
But
3
when
tickets?
Huh?
3 and 6, depending on the size.
Yeah, they get at least 3, and then if they get a big booth, 6. So every vendor is getting multiple tickets.
When I walk around, the owners are there.
Mm.
But these are the people that need to, at least maybe my advice would be, look at the schedule, highlight some that you absolutely have to be at, and go to those and have somebody at that booth.
That's a fact.
Strategic.
That's a fact.
I think we were looking at Investfest wrong. I thought it was amazing. You guys put together the biggest cultural gathering that exists. And it's a bunch of dope people there. You'll get some information, but I need to approach my presence there. Now, I still want to work, okay? But I'm going to some workshops.
Nah, you absolutely did an amazing job. Every year you've been there, and part of it goes into, like you said, you've always acknowledged like the role that we played in each other's story.
100%.
And so we take it, we don't take that for granted. We understand it, and every year it's like, yo, if Dave's available, he should be at Investfest. But last year, what you did with the pitch competition, I mean,
That was good.
I don't even know how many times we could thank you, man, but it was
Nah,
it was
it was fire.
incredible, man.
Appreciate
We
it.
appreciate you for that.
Appreciate it, brother.
gotta have you
Somebody
back.
came to me the other day. Was like, yo, you heard my pitch. You gave me some information. All that joint's fun. Are we doing this again this year?
Not in that capacity.
Okay.
But we're having the competition, but we're not doing it. Like the winners will already be chosen before Investfest. Like 5 finalists will already be chosen before Investfest. So it's no in-person tryout.
I love it. Man, thank y'all so much. Did we miss anything?
Nah, I think we good.
I think we got it.
I think we good.
Man, thank y'all so much, man. Again, for sure, all that you all have done for me along my journey being a podcaster, the inspiration to do the things that I'm doing. I really appreciate that. I appreciate the impact you all have had on the culture. You know what I mean? Like it's really a pleasure to watch, like how we're mobile. You all like single-handedly are mobilizing an entire culture into financial freedom. And I appreciate that. Obviously, if you ever go after anything big, it comes with whatever it comes with, like the negativity, jealousy, whatever that is. But y'all just keep moving forward. So I appreciate that. It's an inspiration to me and motivation. So appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you,
Is it investfest.com?
Investfest.com, yeah.
Investfest.com. Last thing, just for those that are coming, I just want you all to give a bit of advice what to do before we arrive.
To Investfest?
Yes.
Look at the runner show. That's going to be out probably by next week. So look at the runner show on the website. We're going to email it to everybody that has a ticket and really be strategic about where you want to. You can't go to every single thing. That's impossible, right? You're not going to be able to go to, physically you just can't go to everything because there's stuff that happens simultaneously. So look at everything that's running from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and try to figure out what's most important to you. What do you want to see? Highlight it. I think we have an app also, so you can even create your own schedule inside the app. And
just go to the App Store, Investfest. Okay.
And so get there early too. Friday, at least get there Friday. If you're in Atlanta, get your tickets on Thursday. Thursday for sure as far as registration. The latest is Friday. But if you local, if you're in Atlanta or if you're already in the city, you're traveling, try to just come early, 15 minutes out of your day, go to GWCC, pick up the credentials, and you be good. Easy access for the whole weekend.
Hold on, and I typed in Investfest here, and this is last year's app. Is it the same app?
Yeah, same
okay.
app.
All right, so the graphic on there, just make sure that's right. The graphic on there is the updated. Okay, all right, cool.
So be strategic, and I would say be intentional. Come with intent, right? I'm not leaving here without meeting 3 or 4 people, right? I'm not leaving here without getting this piece of information.
Yeah.
It's not always about like, I'm not leaving here until I meet Dave Shantz, because you may not meet him.
Come on.
But you can meet the people that are part of his team that helped him build this empire.
For sure.
So be very intentional about that, and enjoy. I think it's an experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
100%.
It's an experience that people definitely should be a part of.
Absolutely. Thank you, fellas. Man, get your tickets to Investfest. I'm sure we'll have a link below. Yo,
shout out to Terry in the chat.
You got a promo code or something that I can have?
You have a code already.
What is it? And what was I going to tell me?
The code is social or proof.
Let's make it proof.
Let's make it proof.
Let's make it proof. We're good?
And we'll give which one to give more.
I can name my.
What you want to do?
20% off.
We live?
Can I have 25?
25 for you.
Y'all don't know what just happened, okay? I was like, what you want to do? 15, 20? I said, nah, 25. So use the code PROOF. We'll get 25% off with the code PROOF at investfest.com. And make sure y'all in the building. I can't wait to see you.
If they on IG, like give us like 10 minutes so I can get to the computer. Yeah. Just give me like 15 minutes.
The first 100 people.
All right, yeah. First 100 people, thank you.
First 100 people.
And give me an hour, because we're probably gonna talk after this interview. 2 minutes?
If we done,
Oh, add on it.
2 minutes.
Give him
but
2 minutes.
if you're watching this on the replay, just Let's just try it, okay? I'm gonna try to
try it. It still might be live.
Just try it, all right?
You never know.
So code PROOF, PROOF, you get 25% off. I'll see y'all at Investfest. Peace.
Peace.
You just watched this whole episode. If you like this episode, watch this one right here. Click right here. You're going to like this one if you like the one you just watched. Check it out.